Welcome, Virgo. This is your monthly focus, October 2022. So let's start with a little bit of what's happening in your life according to the stars. The first thing that we have is Mercury. Mercury is in your sign, okay? And on October the 2nd, it goes stationary direct. So that means that the fog finally lifts, the clarity comes in, the understanding. For you to make plans, for you to make decisions, for you to even look at your relationships and what's dear to you. Now, the full moon on the 9th brings in decisions and awareness in your money and other people's money. So you could be looking to partnership with somebody, and either you have the money or you have the talent, and you combine those energies to create something very successful. That could be. You could be going for a loan of some sort, or a loan. And it would be very favorable for how it works out for you in utilizing somebody else's money instead of putting all your money into something. It's really understanding how you can invest your money, how you can make your money work for you, where your money is not working for you, okay, because it is a full moon. Or maybe you have outstanding debts and it's time to take a look at those debts and start to pay them down and get them off your plate. And let go of that burdensome energy. We have the solar eclipse. That'll be in Scorpio on the 25th. And that's going to bring energy to your voice, brand new energy to your voice. And it's teamed with Venus. So it could be new ways of talking, communicating. You may learn something about public speaking or speaking clearer. Maybe it's a new language. But how you communicate, what you communicate, and the way that you communicate are probably all going to be transformed in one way or another. Maybe it's now that you can use your voice for the first time ever. Now, Jupiter's kind of opening it up to turn the spotlights back onto the abundance, the growth, the expansion of your relationships. It could be that for your spiritual development. And it could even mean that you can manifest some things after a long period of struggle or difficulty. Don't worry too much about the difficulties because Jupiter's there. Jupiter's there expanding for you. Okay? It'll smooth over any of those rough edges that exist, okay? Or maybe bring some new things into your life that you weren't expecting. Now remember with Jupiter in retrograde that it's going to come back through again. So it may not show up now, but you'll get the tinglings. You'll get some of the work that needs to be done. You'll get the things that you need to think about. And that's for sure. And then finally, as the month ends on October 30th, Mars is ambition. Mars is energy. And so anything that you were growing, especially in your career, job, career, it's almost like somebody hit the brakes on you, okay? So know that it's going to take longer than maybe you charted out that it was going to take. It's time for you to regroup and rethink it. Or maybe it's showing you an entirely new path or different path that you need to go down to. So it could be very frustrating for you, absolutely. Just know that any adjustments are walking you right towards your ultimate success, okay? So that said, by the end of October, when it comes to your professional concerns, your professional ambitions, okay, you could find yourself dragging your feet a little bit, and that's not you, okay? So watch the self-talk. Absolutely. Know that you're supposed to be having the brakes put on right now. You're supposed to be thinking about things before you go forward, before you take that big, defined next step. So allow it to happen in your life and go with the flow. and you may be amazed at the outcomes that arrive. Okay, let's go to the cards, shall we? Okay, let's turn the deck over and look at this. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is our shadow card. So that means that you need to keep your eyes open for anything that might come your way. Don't be too quick to say yes. Don't be too quick to say no. You need to ponder over these things. You need to watch where all those wands end up. Okay, so I always think it's like this big giant standing there pulling back his bow with all 8 wands in there, kind of representing the arrows that will fly through the sky. And of course, they'll go in different directions. And you need to watch and see where they all go, because you need to look at everything. You need to look at the big picture. You need to look at even the small paths that didn't seem to mean much before in order to really understand where to go. Now, we're going to put that one down there. Look at Temperance is underneath that. So having more by having less. What is the true balance for you? I'll leave that out there so that you can meditate on it a little bit. Our first card is the Four of Swords. Now, don't be alarmed at this being your first card. Almost everybody has gotten this. It seems to be one of the frequent flyers of this month's readings so far. The Four of Swords is about rest and recuperation. The Four of Swords is about healing. So take this time to restore yourself, especially after the full moon, and especially once Mars goes retrograde, because we will all have that wind taken out of our sails. Okay, we'll all feel a little slowed down. We'll all feel like the brakes have hit somewhere in our lives. So you're not the exception to the rule. You're just part of the crowd. Okay, rest and recuperation. Now, the nicest thing and the most beautiful thing about this card is that you awake to a new world, a new reality. So this is where we hang up our swords, our weapons, we take off our armor, and we rest, we recuperate, we heal. So those decisions you need to make, and maybe even more so, this could have to do a little bit with your voice and making it strong. Maybe you need to take a time out. Maybe you need to absorb some information or some knowledge in order to really have a strong voice when you come back out. Because that's really where you're stepping forward. It could be relationships too. But this is a card telling you to rest, to recuperate, to rejuvenate, to make yourself whole before you tackle anything, making any other part of your life whole. Okay? Now we have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands makes sure she has all the information. The Queen of Wands does not make a decision until she knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that what she knows is the truth. So she has the wisdom to think it through. So here's our chance to think it through. She's sitting here. Now, the wonderful thing about the Queen of Wands is that when she wants to start, she's had all the information. When she makes a decision, it is clear, it is concise, and she never has to look back behind her to wonder, to ponder if she made the right decision at all. She knows she made the right decision. And, you know, inside of her springs forth this happiness, this joy, this knowing that she's on the right path. And do not be surprised when this moment hits you in your future going forward, that other people don't start showing up, wanting to be a part of whatever you're a part of, wanting to be a part of whatever you have created, wanting to be a part of whatever decision you made. Because they want to be near your energy, because you will know it's right beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then we have the Lovers. So it's about embracing. It's about embracing a passion, embracing a relationship, a person, somebody we love, growing it deeper, growing it stronger. Then this could be a passion, this could be a desire, this could be something that you really want to step into. This is something perhaps that you were foggy on, you didn't know, and now the decisions are coming together for you and you understand how to move forward. Okay, let's look at work and money and work, money. Oh, we're looking at the bad, aren't we here? We're looking at the bad and I'm going to grab a sip of water. Sorry, I'm very thirsty. Must have been looking at all that water. So the Five of Cups, we seem to draw our attention more to the negative rather than the positive. So maybe you're looking at your lack of funds. So if we look over at the cups, we see that there are options in order to bring in that money into our life, in order to do the things we want to do. We just have to go and investigate rather than looking at your purchases that you really are unhappy with, or the final statement of your bank account. So don't be beating yourself up about where the money has gone in the past. Look forward onto how you can create the money going forward, how you can grow the money going forward. So this could be a new career decision for you. This could be a new way of balancing the budget. This could be a new spending pattern of some sort. This could be a new investment pattern of some sort for you. For love and relationships, look at this. The Emperor is here. The Emperor is... He's one of our diplomats, strongest diplomats in that fact, and one of our strongest intuitives. So if you're asking yourself something about relationships, okay, first of all, ask yourself. Ask yourself and pay close attention to the emotions that come out when you review some relationships that you're looking at, perhaps to grow deeper, grow stronger, or maybe even walk away from those to heal from them too. Now, the Emperor is a planner. He's the strategy. So if you're looking at growing that relationship deeper, then he's here to say, okay, it's got to be a step-by-step plan. No falling away from the plan. So we're going to take it slow and steady. We're going to give little pieces of information rather than a life story in one sentence. And we're going to feel our way out to exactly what we want that relationship to look like in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. And if something goes off course during that time, that will be a red flag to us that we need to regroup, that we need to rethink, that we need to grow it in a different way, or we need to part. For your spirituality, look at this, spirituality. Your spirituality will definitely take you forward. So when Jupiter goes back into Pisces for you, growing your spiritual development, attaching yourself perhaps to one form or one method that you were finding very successful before, or you've had a bit of success, or it just makes you feel really good when you do it. And those are the kinds of things that you want to continue in. This is about taking the next step, about growing in your spirituality. So maybe you're going to start reading the tarot cards. Maybe you're going to start diving into astrology. Maybe you're going to start instructing yoga classes. Perhaps you're looking at blessing houses or blessing people in your daily routine. Maybe it's just starting a gratitude journal. Setting up an actual meditation time for yourself each and every day, or prayer time. So there's so many things. So look at your own spirituality, where it is now, how you've grown it to this point, and how you want to take it to the next level. Okay, maybe you want to find a group of like-minded people so that you're not alone in your spirituality. Or maybe you have been with a lot of people, and now you need to back it up and view it as an independent on your own path towards spirituality. And for our health and well-being, look at that. We've got the Knight of Cups. You know what? You keep your energy high, your health will be great. Let your energy slip. You're going to feel achy pains. You're going to feel like not doing anything. You're going to be uninspired. So the Knight of Cups is here to tell you to live each moment to the fullest. To laugh, to create laughter, to create joy. Don't get too upset about the bumps in the road because they're supposed to be there. We're human. They put the bumps there on purpose. Know that Jupiter is coming in to help you smooth over any of those rough edges. Remember, any kind of existing problems that you have, Jupiter is definitely there to help you move forward in it in one way or another. Okay? So it could be in your relationships. It definitely could be about spiritual development. It could also be where you have really struggled, and now the happiness comes. Now the success starts to, maybe it tapers in very slowly. Maybe it's like a rainfall. Maybe it's like a waterfall. Who knows? But this definitely says to me, you keep your energy light, happy, positive, and your health and well-being will follow suit. Okay, now I am using the Rose Oracle. And I kind of robbed, well, Aries for sure, Taurus a little bit, Gemini, a titch. But I've just come to the conclusion that I do need to read what the book says for the cards, because it really just doesn't give me enough information. Also, it's a very, I'm just going to put this deck here and put this on top. Very soft colored cards. So I think for the majority so far, I haven't held the card up. I lay it down on the table and I don't think you can see it. So, let's see. It's very, very, very soft. Okay, but I'll try and hold it up here for you so that you can see it. And it's the bloom. And it really doesn't have, it's very pastel-like. So I don't know if I'll be able to keep this deck, although it's a very beautiful deck and I want to keep it. There's somebody dancing in the background there, if you can see that. Creations realized, right time, harvest, and celebrate. So all the stuff that we've been talking about. Okay, let's look at the bloom. Okay, so the transmission that the rose is trying to send to you. I'll hold it there. Maybe it'll come a little sharper. I let the blooming happen. I resist the urge to hold back. I celebrate all that I've created and enjoy my moment of blooming completely and fully. So this card is all about reaping the reward for what you've created. So this could very much be about when I was talking about Jupiter coming in and sanding off all those rough edges to make everything flow so completely for you. Dreams manifested into matter. It's a confirmation that you're currently in the bloom phase of your cycle of growth, or you are about to be. The bloom is when you're at your fullest. The sun is shining, things are bountiful, and we're at our most expansive. The deep roots of our dreams have been realized. We're blooming. We've made it to where we've longed to be. We're likely visible, and out in the world, life is often adventurous, energetic, positive, and good. The card comes with the message to embrace and enjoy this moment. Celebrate what you've created. Enjoy what has come to you. Revel in it. Bask in its beauty. Drink in the nectar. Be nourished by the sweet scent of what's now in the physical. Enjoy the harvest. Stop and smell the roses of your life. Life goes around in circles, and the bloom won't be at its fullest forever. Your work through the seasons of your life has brought you to this point. Don't take the bloom for granted. Enjoy it while it's here. But don't go on it for too long either. Let it be what is in its fullest. And when the time comes to return the petals to the earth, you'll know what to do. And do that too. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.